Pain will make you do two things. It's either you cry or you fight. As Nigerian youth, we've cried. We've cried for stolen mandates. We've cried for police brutality. We've cried for lack of basic amenities. We've cried for improper health facilities. We've cried for lack of education. We've cried for virtually everything, even power, light. We've cried. But then the next most important thing now is to try the alternative, which is to fight. And that is why the most important fight anybody can fight is the fight to allowing due process in the course of choosing the people that lead us. Because at the end of the day, don't let anybody deceive you. Everything rests and falls on the shoulders of leadership. Leadership is everything. So, as it were, personally, I've taken the pain to ask myself, how do we get it right to leadership? The most important call any of us can do, irrespective of the political party, the ideology, the candidate, the personality, the brand, the region we belong to, is to ask for the process that allows sensible, committed, dedicated, and capacity-full leaders to get into our political space. It was Plato that said in very short term that the heaviest penalties for not involving yourself in politics, right, is that you'll be led by your inferiors. The penalties of not allowing yourself, of not engaging in politicking, or the process that brings out leadership of your country, is that you'll be led by your inferiors. And that is why we have many inferiors in the House of Rep, in the Senate, in governorship, in House of Assembly, even in appointed position, because inferiors will always pick inferiors. It is almost difficult for a bad driver to pick in the best tools or even parts to work with. So it's become very necessary, and that's why I've reached out to every single human. Since Randy Peters, my brothers, took up this campaign of pushing for electoral reforms using the National Assembly, using the appropriate tool, I have made calls. I've spoken with Randy, I've spoken with Mama P, and of course, I'm happy to see Mama P jump on it. Of course, I've always known that the pro-Nigerian campaign is the most important thing. Even if we disagree yesterday or disagree today, you cannot refuse to agree that the only way we can keep this country going is that we have an electoral system that is transparent, that is credible, that is free, and that is fair. And that is what all of us must do. So I want to beg all of us. We have few days to the end of the 30 days challenge that Randy Peters has called, and then we will continue to call on every single person. Unfortunately, we have people in Nigeria currently who are activists, who say they are activists, but they're actually anarchists because they benefit from the troubles and struggles of our country. The only reason why they have got voices is because we are in pain. If for any reason we decide to fight to end this pain, they will be out of business. But we'll continue to call on them. Let's get this country right for once. And I don't care. I have friends in the APs, and I tell you that these are quality materials, but they can never have a chance or a shot at leadership because the process that produces leadership is already adulterated. It's already infiltrated. It's not possible. That's why people like Valentine Ozigbo, respectfully, could leave the Labour Party to go to the APC because the thinking is which party can win elections. If we have a very viable and transparent electoral process, you don't need to join a party that can win election. You can win election from anywhere as long as you've got the capacity, the commitment, the competence, and the capability to doing the work. And that's why we cannot allow this to slide. All of us must throw our weight behind this. I want to continue to beg everybody. Let the focus be on electoral reforms. Some of us may still take the pain to bring out a few things, like talking about the JAM issue and all of that. But the goal is electoral reforms. Because if we get our elections right, people like you and I that have the brain, the intelligence, the commitment, and sometimes even the ability to fixing things can go into the ring and say, let's contest. But currently, it is almost not possible for you to be able to get. One of the criteria of winning elections in this country is your ability to grab it, to steal it, and to run with it. And which is not even it is not an ideology or a principle that can work. It has never produced results. If we want to have Nigeria work, let's look back at the electoral reforms. Let's ask INEC. Let's ask the National Assembly. Let's ask our brothers and sisters. Let's ask those that have got platforms, those that have got voices, whoever they are, to say, add your voice to fix your electoral system. If we get Nigeria elections right, we will get it right. Edmund Burke, one of the most beautiful things he ever said is that evil triumph when good men say nothing or keep quiet. Let's not keep quiet. Nigeria will be great if only we are ready to pay the price. Let's stop crying. Let's fight. At this time, let's fight for electoral reforms. I'll catch you another time. Bye for now.